Well, hello there, and welcome to my weekend update video here on Driving with Kevin. So guys, my weekend was very, very good. Probably one of my, I say this a lot, but it was probably one of my better weekends. So Friday night I went out about 9:15, 9:30 maybe, and I drove until about 1. I went home at 1 because I was really tired. I had a long week at work. I was really tired, and I ended up, I actually don't know how much I made on Friday. I don't remember. But Saturday was pretty good. So Saturday, I went to the county fair. But I decided I was going to go out and drive for a little bit before we went to the fair. So I drove for about 2 hours. The Uber driver, she had like 3 Uber stickers in her front window. I drove, I don't know why, it was a little excessive. I drove for about 2 hours before I went to the fair myself. And in that 2 hours, I gave 4 rides and 3 of them were to the fair. So I knew that going in, that I could have, that likely meant a significant amount of traffic after the concert was over. So my wife and I caught an Uber down to the show. And it was busy. It was very, very, very busy. There was a lot of stuff going on down at the fair. And so we attended the show. It was a great show. So Johnny Trash was the opening act, and I think they're relatively local. I think they're based out of the Quad Cities, and they actually weren't bad. I didn't know what to expect. So Halestorm is touring right now within this moment, and I thought for sure that In This Moment would be on the show, and they weren't. And I was a little bummed. I'm like, who the hell is Johnny Trash? You know what? They weren't bad. I think they had some original stuff, but they did mostly covers. And they did AC/DC and Metallica covers, and they did them well. So they were on stage until about 8:15, and then there was almost an hour gap between when they left the stage and when Halestorm came on. And Halestorm had a great, like, phenomenal show. If you like rock music, like if you like rock and roll, go see Halestorm. Like, they were phenomenal. They really put on a good show. A lot of it might have been the fact that whoever the hell does their lights is on point. Like the guy who does their lights or the girl who does their lights, I couldn't believe it. Like, phenomenal. Like, he was hitting every drum beat dead on, like every time. And that's hard to do because a lot of the times the drummer just kind of goes with the flow. Not necessarily, gonna be at the same every single, right at the same interval every single show. But so in any regard, the show got out between 10:45 and 11, and I proceeded to the pickup area, and I called a Lyft. My phone died. I've never had that happen before. But we ended up getting a ride home. I gave the guy a $15 tip. I kind of felt bad for him. And I proceeded to jump in my car, and away we went. I think I maybe took 10 or 15 minutes to get ready, and then I jumped in my car and left. So I probably drove from 11:15-ish to 11 or 11:15-ish until about 2:15. And I did all right. Saturday night was a good night. I don't have specific numbers. I don't remember exactly what I did on Saturday night, other than the fact that for the entire weekend, I did $290. So that's not terrible. And when you add up the total amount of time on Uber and Lyft, it ended up being about $18 an hour is about what I made. So it's not terrible. It's not great. For the amount of time that I drove, it's probably not enough. But being completely honest, you know, most of my fares came on the weekend, came on Saturday. And so I had a $25 streak bonus on Friday night from 9:45 to 10:45, which I did hit. So when you get a streak bonus, the streak bonus goes into effect. They give you a range of times. In my case, 9:45 to 10:45. All that means is that I have to start the streak sometime between those times. Your streak can extend beyond those times. It's just if you start a streak after that time, it doesn't count. So I ended up hitting my streak bonus on Friday night around probably close to midnight when I finally hit it. I wasn't even running Uber. I was just running Lyft because I really wanted that streak bonus. Saturday, I had the same streak bonus, but I was offline at those times. They also had a guarantee for me for the weekend, $95 for 15 rides. Guaranteed that I would make $95 at 15 rides, and if I don't, they'll pay the difference. However, I didn't hit it, but I did the math, and in 11 rides, I had $85, including tips. So I easily would have made it. I would have 4 more rides, $10. I easily would have made it. Because if you assume the minimum, if you round the minimum fare up, $375, you round it up to 4. 4 times 4 is $16. So I would have easily made it in the last 4 rides. So wasn't a big deal. I have another guarantee this week. I have additional bonuses that I can acquire this week as well. I have a streak bonus almost every day. So I will be doing Lyft again. Lyft's game's on point right now. I just, you know, I've always really kind of been a, you know, I really like Uber better type of guy, but Lyft has really stepped it up. I continue to be impressed at what Lyft is throwing out there. So, you know, they're really kind of trying to entice people during the week with all these bonuses. So, yeah. So, $290, pretty good weekend, I would say. What I was leading up to was Saturday night, I pulled a 4.2. I don't think I captured it on camera because I think it was before I turned the camera on. I can't remember though. Maybe I did. I ended up pulling a 4.2 going from the fairgrounds to downtown Dubuque. Ended up being, my cut was $42. So that was great. And it was the manager of Johnny Trash. It was the opening act. They're the ones that I gave a ride to. It was like they said they were all buddies and they all worked at PPG in the Quad Cities. So yeah, great weekend overall. Plan for this week, content video at some point. I'm not entirely sure when, but I should have one Tuesday or Wednesday, probably would be my guess. Again, I don't know what I'm going to put on it. I'm not sure what my content video is going to be. I always get ideas, and then before I do them, I forget. So, don't know what I'm going to do there, but I will be having a content video, and if I don't, I'll do a live stream in the middle of the week. But I'll more than likely just do a content video and not a live stream. Next weekend, I am working, but I will, once again, as usual, be doing a live stream on Friday night and Saturday night. So things are winding down with work. Things are kind of settling it down. So fairly certain that the decision on who's taking over the store has been made. It just has not officially been announced yet. So I would expect that decision to be announced in the next couple days. It wasn't announced today. I don't know when it's going to be announced for sure, but I would expect it sometime this week. So I would think that he or she wouldn't start necessarily this week, or probably not even next week, probably the week after that. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I am looking for other jobs, just kind of see what's out there. Really trying to get out of retail in general, trying to find something where I can work. You know, I've never really been a guy who sits at a desk all day. I don't want to be that guy, but that's kind of what I'm leaning toward right now, just because I want to really get out of retail. So 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, every weekend off, kind of what I'm looking for. So I actually got an email today for a job I applied for on Saturday. So I got to fill out some paperwork for that. But yeah, so things are going well, and looking forward to settling down a little bit, things calming down a little bit, and yeah. So that's gonna do it for today, guys. Look for another video middle of the week. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that other good stuff. Uber on, Lyft on. Be safe out there. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.